live now. And hello and welcome to pmplounge.com. My name is Shoaib. I'm the voice behind all the videos that you see on this YouTube channel as well as the pmplounge.com website. The topic for today's video is quite interesting, right? What if you fail the PMP exam in your first attempt? What happens after that? Well, to put this into perspective, let's try to understand what is the passing rate of the PMP exam and some other exams. So if you do a quick Google search, if you kind of do a bit of research on the internet and try to find out what are the passing rates of some of the project management related certifications out there. And I did a lot of research on this, so I've gone through on several websites. I've looked at several websites of these training schools that train you for the certifications, right? Prince 2 exam, the pass rate on an average is 90%. So if 10 people take up the PMP exam, 9 out of them, Prince 2 exam I'm talking about, all right? So Prince 2, and I'm talking about the Prince 2 foundation exam. So the pass rate for Prince 2 foundation exam is 90%. So if 10 people take up the Prince 2 exam, 9 out of them are going to clear the Prince 2 foundation certification. CSM, the certified Scrum Master, that's also about 90%. So if 10 people take up the CSM certification exam, 9 out of them will walk out as CSM certified. How about PMP? What is the pass rate for PMP? Or how many people pass the PMP exam in the first attempt? Or how many people fail the PMP exam in their first attempt? The answer is actually the same. Both ways, do your research. 50% is the pass rate for PMP exam. That means if 10 people write the PMP exam, 5 out of them are going to pass and other 5 are unfortunately going to fail. They won't pass the exam. 50%, and I've done my research. PMI doesn't publish any official figures on how many people passed the PMP exam and how many people failed the PMP exam. They don't do that. A lot of these training schools that give you the PDU training, they also kind of publish certain numbers. But if you look into some of the independent resources, right, on the pass rate for PMP exam, it's actually about 50%. That's the average. 50% is the number of the average of how many people pass the PMP exam in the first attempt. So if you cleared your PMP exam in the first attempt, you are part of that 50% who did. If you didn't, you're part of that the other 50% who didn't, right? So that's how it is. Now this video is about what do you do if you are one of those who didn't pass the PMP exam in the first attempt. And there are 50% chances, right, that you may not, because 50% is the pass rate for PMP exam. So if you do not pass the PMP exam in your first attempt, what are you supposed to do? What are your options, right? I'd say, do a bit of internal thinking, okay? Find out if you are truly passionate about project management, right? Think about yourself. Do you see yourself as a project manager from 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Did you see yourself as a project manager 5 years ago, right? 5 years in the past, did you want to become a project manager if you were not a project manager? If you were a project manager, did you want to continue this job of project management? And that is going to give you a good amount of information on what you really want. Are you passionate about project management? Is this something that excites you, right? So is the PMP certification something that is going to help you out in your quest for project management knowledge? Is it going to do that? Or are you trying to get yourself PMP certified so that you can, switch jobs or you can earn more, right? or you can probably aim for a promotion. Are you trying to get yourself PMP certified because one of these reasons, or are you trying to get yourself PMP certified because you're passionate about project management? You want to learn everything that there is about project management. You want to be one of the best project managers out there, and that's why you want to gain as much knowledge as possible. What is the reason? So do a bit of internal research, try to find what's in your mind, try to find whether you are really passionate about project management, or is this something that you're just doing for one of the other reasons that a lot of people do. My suggestion to you would be, if you are not someone who's passionate about project management, you should not try to get yourself a PMP certification if you have failed for the first time, right? It's an expensive exam. We have done a video on how much it costs to get yourself a PMP certification. So it's definitely an expensive exam, right? And unless your company is sponsoring you, if it's your own money from your own pocket, that's a lot of money to lose if you didn't clear your PMP exam in the first attempt, right? So my suggestion, if you're not passionate about project management, if you were trying to get yourself PMP certified just so you could change jobs or get higher pay or something like that, and you have failed for the first time, do not try for PMP again. Let's just leave it at that, and look out for other opportunities, right? The other thing I'd like to suggest, if you were not able to clear your PMP exam in the first attempt, is look into the content of the exam, the content of the PMBOK, the knowledge areas, right? Look into what you studied for the PMP exam and try to understand if those are the very things that you do in your real life, right? So let's say procurement, right? If you are a part of, let's say, software project management, and the entire software is built within your own organization, and there's no procurement that you need to do, you do not interact with any of the third party vendors, right? Procurement could be something which you might find difficult, right, to read and difficult to understand, right? So try to find that out. Try to find the stuff that you don't really do in your real life. Procurement management. Let's talk about the human resource planning. Do you plan? Do you have a project team, first of all, right? And do you plan? Do you plan their appraisals? Do you plan on the professional growth of your project team? Do you do all such things in human resource planning knowledge area? That is right. Talk about cost management. Is the cost of your project something that you manage? Do you report numbers to your higher management in terms of dollars, right? How much of the money have you right now invested in the project? How much is the amount that is left? How much was approved for a project? Do you do all of that? Do you do cost planning, right? Do you do cost reporting? Do you do cost management in real life? So if you see the content, and specifically you can target the knowledge areas, right? If you look at the knowledge areas and you find that majority of those knowledge areas are not what you really do in your real life project management, then probably it's a bit too early to get yourself PMP certified, right? Because you can learn all that there is, you can read all that there is in the PMBOK and other books about procurement management, about cost management, human resource management, risk management, all those knowledge areas. You can read everything that there is. But unless you have some amount of real life experience, right, and real life knowledge of doing all this, it will be very difficult to tackle certain questions in the exam. And if you have already failed the PMP exam for the first time, I'd say hold on a bit. Do some more of your research. Try to get some more experience into these concepts, right? On your job, right? Try to get some more experience into this. Try to handle these things. Get yourself in some exposure to procurement management, some exposure to cost management, some exposure to human resource management. Get some exposure into these areas before attempting the PMP again. And I'm saying this only if you have failed your PMP exam in the first go. So those were some of my suggestions on what you can do if you have failed your PMP exam in your first attempt. Like I said, it's a difficult exam. It's not as compared to other certifications, as compared to Prince 2 Foundation, CSM, they have a 90% pass rate. You, my friend, are taking up the PMP exam that has a 50% pass rate. So it's definitely difficult as compared to the other certifications. So look into take a deep breath. Try to find out if project management is really something that you are passionate about. Try to find out the stuff that you have been reading. Is it something that you really do in your real life projects? If the answer to both of them is yes, then go ahead, try the PMP by all means again, and you'll definitely clear it. But if it's not the case, I'd suggest you to kind of hold on a bit, get some more experience, try to understand if you can develop your passion about project management, if that's the only thing you want to do, or leave PMP aside, right? If you are passionate about project management, definitely go for it again. If you can get yourself acquainted to the concepts of whatever knowledge areas that you're not using in your real life, if you can get yourself acquainted to them in real life projects, then of course you can try again and prepare and take up your PMP exam again. So that's all I had in this video. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and check us out on our social media, facebook.com/PMP Lounge and twitter.com/PMP Lounge. And as always, do check out the website pmplounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and project management industry information. That's all from me in this video. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.